All right, let's see who we got here. See if we got some people. If you're in the comments, if you're watching, make some comments so I can know you're here. Okay, looks like we got 3 people. It's loading up. All right. What is up? Welcome to the Smalley Talk podcast. This is your host, Josh Shrinko. Smalley Talk Live. I haven't done one of these in a while, but we got a pretty important event coming up here in about a week and a half, and going to try to do some preview of kind of the events, the Kayak Adventure Series Bronzequest. So I personally been looking forward to this, and for those who are joining early, I'll kind of let you guys know I'll be doing a giveaway of some sort. If you stick it out, watch the show. Got some kind of limited release stuff that I think you guys will like from Michigan. But I'm really like just give you a little bit of story here. I signed up with my buddy Alex Deneau. This event, by the way, was announced last year. So this is Achigan sponsors us, the Bronzequest Kayak Adventure Series. My buddy Alex, I hope he's watching right now because I'm going to make him feel like a piece of shit. But he was like, "Hey, let's fish all these this year, blah, blah." And I was like all hyped up because Alex is a great fisherman and we're friends. And we did fish the Indiana one together. And he got a jet boat. He got a rock proof. And dude went off the rails. I don't know that the guy's been in his kayak since he got that rock proof. Can't say I blame him because it's a badass jet boat. But so yeah, I was kind of like, well, I he let me know a couple weeks ago. He's like, hey, I can't fish it because he had planned some other trip. So I was kind of like, well, I've kind of a free agent. So I started kind of calling around, texting a few people, seeing who had teammates who did it. And somebody had suggested, hey, you should ask John Dalton if he's got a partner. I kind of assumed he had one by texting me. He's like, no, don't got a partner. So I was like, I snagged him up. So we haven't come up with our team yet, but I'm going to bring John on. What's up, John? How's it going, dude?
I'm glad I was way down the list,
but
like,
you were definitely not. You're not way down the list. No, you were like, honestly, it wasn't in any order. I was kind of just like, who do I know that fishes these things that might want to, because that's a, decent commitment to go to this thing. It's, it's actually not for me. It's like a 6-hour drive. It's not that far. So I'm pretty pumped about it. But, yeah, I was like kind of trying to think of like, who would be good. And Jake is like, dude, that's who said it. Jake's like, you should ask John. I was like, dude, John, I know John's a hammer. So I texted him and he's like, yeah, dude. So we teamed up. We haven't come up with the team name yet, but I think we can come up with something very honorary. I think we can do it. So we got
13 hours. I got 13-hour drive, so
yeah, we got to come up with something good. But yeah, so tonight what I wanted to do is just like we're about how many days out? It's Friday. So we're like 11 days out from the event. So plenty of time to still sign up, get your travel plans going, all that stuff. And I wanted to kind of hype it up a little bit, like, and it doesn't need hyped up, by the way, just people just don't know. Wanted to kind of like give you guys a little juice on the river system that's on, which there's actually multiple river systems. And then kind of John and I like talk about how, we might approach it, because I have been up there. John, you have not, correct?
No.
Okay. For those who don't know, John's a YouTube celebrity, Creek Fishing Adventures. So plug your show. Get you a couple extra subs, John. Yeah. But yeah, I've been up there, I think 3 times, and all 3 times I went up there for a whole week. So I've got you know, a little bit of experience on it, just kind of seeing, and it is that the river that I fish, the Menominee, which is the main river that's like in the inbounds. There are more rivers, by the way, which is one of the big advantages I think fishing with John. John's like he's a smaller. I mean, I think you like fishing both, right?
Yeah.
Like small
If it's
and big
current, I love
water.
current, but skinnier the better. I just enjoy it. I
Yeah.
don't know why. But
I mean, there's not like, I don't think that goes lost on this audience is like, wading a little creek is like, that's like top tier fishing
yeah.
experience. So, I like getting on bigger rivers too, but there's something about just like hopping in a little creek. And I think there's quite a few of them. There's some wicked looking ones, honestly.
I know. Once
There's
once
some
you had me look it up, it was like there's like a waterfall, it's like 10-foot waterfall. I'm like, oh, okay. Watch out for that area.
It just casually float through it,
Yeah.
and you end up floating off of a waterfall.
Do your research.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think we'll talk a little bit tonight about the river system itself. Talk a little bit about just the event and how the scoring goes and the kind of the format of the tournament. And then we might give you a little bit of juice, and then I'll do a giveaway at the end. But I know Drew decided to hop on here, so I'm going to let him come on and actually explain the format of the tournament, because I kind of feel like a lot of people don't understand what's different about Kayak Adventure Series, and Drew's the man with the plan, so I'm gonna let him explain. So what's up, Drew?
Hey guys, how's it going? Just
Good.
doing my best here to handle these two kids on my own. My wife is in Mexico swimming with whale sharks. So there you go.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Sounds
she's
like
having a
fun.
good time. So anyway, but I told them to stay upstairs, be good, don't die, and here I am. So so the event is really unique and cool, and John can touch on it. You can touch on it. You guys have both obviously fished them. But I did just want to hop on to say, like, pretty excited about it. It's like, this is what I dreamed of, is taking what we love about tournament fishing, that extra like heart pounding, like that fun of tournament fishing, to places that are also just epic places we go fish, like fun fish that usually aren't like holding tournaments because they're not some 50,000 acre lake. And this is like one of those perfect examples of somewhere that's just got so much water within this county that you guys are going to be able to explore and check out. And you got the Green Bay, and you got the rivers and the creeks, like you guys were talking about, the smaller lakes. There's just no telling like where the winning fish are going to come from. So it's kind of wild. But anyway, hang on, kids are yelling and screaming. I don't know what's going on, but
it's all, hey, if they're yelling and screaming, that means they're alive, right?
All right, hang on. Let me just handle this fight or whatever's going on real quick. Give me a second.
Hey, John, I was going to ask you, did you fish the Tennessee championship over the weekend?
Yeah, I just got back last night. 2 days on Dale Hollow for the Tennessee Bass Nation Kayak Championship. And
nice. How'd that
go? It was fun. So this is what's like, I go into that with, I have no even imagination of winning a tournament like that. Like, I'm going into that. The guys that won had like 98 inches both days. And
oh, wow.
Like, I had a good day. I had 89 inches day one. And then I had like 78 day two. I got 23rd out of 78. But
yeah, that's not bad. Yeah.
I'm happy. Like, I put 3 hours of pre-fishing in, and I haven't been to that lake in 3 years. That's the kind of stuff I do, though. But I caught.
Can you go up into creeks in that lake?
Well, I caught 2 smallies in about a foot of water, but you can't go up past shoals. I was all the way like bottomed out and caught one of my keepers. But like, there's no more of that. River? I can go explore. I can't go to any more of it. It's like I gotta go fish lake after that, and then I hate lake fishing basically. But I do these just for fun. Just like, it pushes me. It's a good challenge.
Yeah, he's talking about
but on the Kayak Adventure Series.
Oh, the Bass Nation.
The Kayak Adventure Series, I know I can compete because there's rivers and creeks, and there's things that I can use my things I like to do and what I want to do. And I feel like I have a chance, where on a lake tournament, I'm not beating Ewing Minor. I'm not beating Russ.
Nothing can compete with Live Scope. The only thing that competes with Live Scope is river and creek fishing and letting it all be in play. That's the only thing that can compete and keep it on. Like it might win live scope one time. It might win it might win creek and river another time if you got enough of them in bounds. That's the only thing that can honestly compete. But anyway, sounds like I got it all taken care of there. But yeah, I guess that's all I was saying. It was just pretty cool to bring like tournaments to areas that have also this epic fishing. You know what I mean? Not that tournaments don't go to places that are epic, but once these big like lakes, the 50,000 acre lakes get all this marketing and exposure, like it's the best lake in the world, come to Chickamauga. Unfortunately, just the nature of it, they kind of just decline a little bit, and it's tough. It gets tougher and tougher, more tournaments, more people. And now we've just got a lot of new venues to check out. But the other thing I was going to just quickly mention before something else happens or whatever was we have tent sites available up there it's called Wisco Cottages. If you need a tent site, they said if several people could stay there in tents, no problem. We have all those cabins already rented. KAS rented them out. We told you guys about them. They were already like all booked up, all 6 of them they've been booked up for like a month and a half. So it's probably like 35, 40 people that are staying there that, contacted us. So it's going to be a good turnout. I'm pretty excited about it. But on the format question that you had, Josh, it was just basically like a little bit different because we start. So if you are fishing the Bassmaster event, like I am, for example, it's kind of nice because we start our event technically just kind of on Thursday night because that's our opening ceremony. So if you do go up to Appleton for the Bassmaster event, the Wolf and Fox that I'm excited about, you want to just stay a few extra days, you can recover on Monday, practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then boom, Thursday night, you're at the opening ceremonies, the check-in, registration if you haven't registered. And then Friday, we begin fishing the tournament, and Friday and Saturday. So, but the format is basically 5 fish over the course of 2 days. And you guys can touch on this when I get off of here. But a lot of the guys just they really enjoy that format because you can have a bad day one, you can flop, you can make a mistake, you could take a gamble, right? And it doesn't pay off and you're not out of it. So that's, you're not going to trunk slam and just drive home. So that's kind of one cool thing about the format. The other part of it is on Friday, you get an evening bite, afternoon and evening bite, which is cool. And actually this is the Bronzequest. So I thought, let's give them a little extra time on the afternoon evening bite. So we actually are going to start, don't quote me on this, go look at the website. I think it's like 2 o'clock or 2:15. So normally it's 3, and you got till 7:45, I'm pretty sure. So you're going to have a longer than 4-hour normal, like 4.5 hour Friday afternoon session. So that'll be cool. And then another thing that makes it unique is that we have this sort of fellowship vibe. It's just kind of like hang out. There's our check-in registrations at a brewery, at a restaurant. It's really nice, really cool. Lots of good food on Thursday, and practice ends at 5 on Thursday. So you can't get on the water on Friday at all until the tournament starts at 2 or whatever. So what we do is we hold this cool seminar, and you've done one before, Josh, or a couple. We need to get John to do one. We really do, man. Maybe it's even just YouTube tips or something. Yeah. I know you're not whatever. You may not be the best, but people would love to hear how you do.
John is the best. Cool. Don't be downplayed, John.
Yeah, he's
John
all
is.
Dude, you're great at that stuff, and people love to hear it because you're just yourself, and that's what's great. But we're gonna have Christine Fisher and Guillermo Gonzalez, that dynamic duo, just talk about tournament winning strategies. They're going to be there after the Bassmaster event and just get into whatever questions you guys have. So that's on Friday morning at our Bass U brunch. So it's just, there's a lot of fellowship vibes that kind of lead into this whole thing. And it stemmed from when COVID took us away from the fellowship and the camaraderie a little bit by doing too much virtual. We wanted to bring that back as much as we could, but yet still have a tournament, format. And then the unique thing about it, of course, that people like is Saturday at the awards is we always hold them at these cool historic theaters. So usually they're kind of in those little downtowns, they got the cool marquees. This one's a little bit outside of town, not outside. It's still in town. It's just not in the little downtown area, but it's a pretty cool theater called the Mariner. So we'll be there on Saturday for the awards, and we'll show off any GoPro footage that you guys get that's really cool. And there's some pretty sweet incentives and bonuses. If you go check out the website, you can see there's a section under for anglers that's called contingencies and bonuses. And there's a lot of cool extra stuff you guys can win, extra money and prizes. So pay attention to those. And the last thing I don't want to forget is we're probably around 40 people registered. And the next 10 that register are going to get a $100 gift bag from the sponsors because we give it out to the first 50 anglers. So right now during this stream, I'd get on there and register right away because
can I do it right now?
Yeah, do it right now. Get in there and get that first 50 because there's some cool stuff in there from Z-Man and some Yum Booyah. They're Bandit crankbaits. I don't know. I've been making the gift bags here, so I've got all this cool stuff in there from Cast King and whatever. There's just a bunch of cool stuff in there, guys. So that's another awesome part of it. And then the last thing, I guess I've already said last thing once, is don't forget we're raffling off a kayak for charity. And this year's charity is basically right back to kayak anglers. We're gonna have a Crescent Smalley there. Shout out Steve Kruger and Steve Crooks from over there in Whitehall, where we were in the first season, for bringing that Smalley over for us. But we're gonna have a Crescent Smalley, raffle it off for our nonprofit, which is basically scholarships for you guys out there to get certified in kayak fishing from the ACA. So that's gonna be pretty cool. And we're basically, actually, we're not 100% full. We're basically full, but there's a few people who haven't. They said they want that scholarship in that class. They want to take it at Broodstock, which is when we're going to hold that class a few days after Broodstock. So if you're interested in getting certified on us, which is like $1,500, I mean, a value that the payment to the ACA for the certification, paying the instructors, the lodging, all that, you need to go online and fill out the form under For Anglers and then click on waivers and forms, and you'll see it says ACA scholarship. Why do you want to get certified? And then let us know, and then we'll be able to do that. So yeah, somebody's going to walk away with a free kayak too. So I'm excited about it. You guys can talk about the area better than I can, but at least you got the rundown. And before
tell people if they're looking it up, like where to go to look this up to sign up. Because a lot of people, I mean, if there's maybe new into tournament stuff.
Yeah, I'll share the screen. I'll just share this tab, and you guys can see it's just Kayak Adventure Series. Let's see.
Say Jason Reardon asked where it's at, so we should probably tell him that.
Yeah.
We didn't quite cover that.
Do you guys got my screen, Josh? Have you added my screen to the stream yet?
I can.
At the bottom, just add that. Go under. You just go under events and click on Marinette, Wisconsin, and you can scroll down and see all the.
And it's Marinette, Wisconsin. It's got a boundary, which we'll talk about.
Yeah,
I'll pull up the maps here in a sec.
Pull up that map. Yeah,
basically, the eastern boundary is the Menominee River. So if you look at that squiggly line there is part of Green Bay that's in play. So you can fish the part of the lake. What's the rules with the lake boundary, Drew?
The lake boundary is we're not going to go into well, you're not going to be able to launch from anywhere in Wisconsin, so on the Marinette River. So it's basically you have to stay a mile offshore. That's the rule, just a mile or less. You can't go further than a mile. So as long as you're able to measure that you're still a mile away from land, you're good. So during practice, just keep that in mind. So you could launch from, somewhere. Anyway, it's basically, so just so you guys know, I can make this map bigger if you guys want to just do this. Basically, it's any water that's public inside this blue boundary, right?
Which is like a lot of like little natural lakes too.
A ton. I mean, like look at all these little lakes. Again, I don't know if all these are public, but most of them probably are. And there's a lot of little natural stuff. So if you can get into it publicly and legally, then you're fine. But on the Green Bay, so it's basically like you see where this A is right here, this the mouth of this Encanto River, or no, that's Pensacola River. Basically from there all the way up to this one, you could fish all the Green Bay all out a mile. But you could still go further, like up north away from where you launched, just stay a mile off. But giants are in this
you
lake.
Have to, so that's where you can launch. So you can technically,
you got to launch.
You can go further away from there. Okay.
Like here we go. There's a launch right there. Pensacola boat launch. You can motor out here, go out in the main lake and go south. You don't have to stay in that blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just
that'll be one of the like more dangerous, I feel like, condition wise. Just people should probably be hyper aware of wind conditions if they're going out there in a kayak. So
if they go out there and it's calm and they're like, oh, it's gonna be fine. It can change.
It's pretty but it can get pretty hairy quick, which is why we kept it to a mile, so you guys can just hopefully zip right back pretty quick. But I mean, it's, as you know, man, this is epic fishing. It's going to be an incredible event. And I will switch back to this other tab real quick. And just the last thing. So if you want to go sign up, because that was kind of the question where it was, it's Marinette, Wisconsin. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes away from Appleton, where the Bassmaster event is. And then you can see the team divisions here, the individual division, all that cool stuff, the micro bag, which, John, I guess, you're trying to, change that reputation of, the small, even like the micro king.
Reputation.
Yeah.
I'm a big fish guy now.
Yeah, that's right. So you're switching it up. You're going to hopefully do well in the biggest. I mean, you've been doing really good this year. So I think people know you can catch either size, big or small. And then with Josh as a teammate, you just never know, man. We might see you guys holding another trophy.
I mean, John and I definitely need, if we don't come out of this with at least a trophy apiece, it'll be a failure. So we gotta get a trophy. Well, just to hype up the river a little bit. So when I go up, I've been mainly on the Menominee. But there's obviously a lot of other places to go. We're going to be talking mainly about the Menominee. That's just where I go. This is just for those that are like, how does this compare to Upper Mississippi? Blah, blah, blah. I'll just let these pictures like do the talking. So this is when we went up just 2 years ago. So this is
until the end of these pictures, and I'm gonna head off.
Yeah.
I gotta see this.
Yeah. So these are some of the fish that we caught while we were up there. So
Nice.
that you can see how pretty those fish are too. It's like crazy pretty. That one's been eating pretty good.
Kind of red, orange.
Yeah. These are all I think these are all over 20. Nice. Just absolute giants.
There's that tannic water. You can see it real good in that picture.
Yeah, water's so I've got some reports from some guys that live up there that the water is very low. And it's dropping right now. Yeah, here's the last one. But you can see, obviously, that's some crazy. That was a 100-inch bag right there. 100 and probably 2-inch bag. So and that was all within a couple days. But yeah, the conditions up there, I do know it's very low right now. So just it's no surprise. It's July or it's August, so it's going to have low water. Just kind of be prepared. There are a lot of dams on that river, so that's something you can work around the low water. But I mean, we're in kayaks; they're kind of meant to do those conditions. So it is going to be low, but yeah, I mean the water is tannic, so it kind of has that. It's one of the more tannic fisheries I've ever really fished. So even though it's low, it won't be clear like what you would be used to, even like the Susquehanna, where it's just low and they can see a mile away. They're definitely, that tannic water always gives them a little bit of cover because it's has that color to it. But yeah, I mean it's a phenomenal fishery. I'm just being honest, it ranks below the Upper Mississippi for me, but it's not very far. It's in the Upper Mississippi has its own tier for me in the kind of rivers I fish. It's every bit as good as the Susquehanna, every bit as good. But these
why do
fish
you rank
aren't
it below?
pressured.
But why do you rank it below? Is it because the quantity? Is it the quality? What's the real Is it
how they
about
eat?
it?
Yeah, I would say it's probably the average size. The Upper Mississippi has I don't know, man. If you talk to guys that fished it last year, it's you almost didn't catch any fish under 16 inches. It was kind of crazy. There's just so many of those mid-size, and they pull really hard. This you will catch some dinks here. There's definitely and it's probably more, it's a healthier fishery because of that. There's definitely a lot of those 13, 14-inch class fish. But the amount of 20s is just as good. It just I think a lot of it's just going to depend on how it fishes while we're there. What the conditions are what the fish are thinking. I do know that river specifically can fish very different from section to section. So if you go from dam to dam, it can be two totally different types of bites. So exploring, people who explore is going to pay off. And honestly, those natural lakes, I feel like, are going to come into play, because those are basically like creeks and rivers, because they're places that just don't get a lot of pressure, and those fish are a lot, they're not
up north. They don't fish for smallmouth as much either. If they get pressure, it's like they want to catch walleye or trout or something else.
Or largemouth. I think
largemouth.
I could easily see largemouth winning this event. It would be a blasphemy for largemouth to win the Bronzequest. Like, I would be really upset about that. But
I mean, largemouth just played on Champlain on the Elite Series when they took Live Scope, out of that event. So it was a big player. So, we have Live Scope, obviously, but it's not as easy in a kite to get out in Green Bay. So the people that do have it, they want to try it. They only have a mile. I could see largemouth being a player, at this event. And but I'll leave you guys with this. I'm gonna go get the kids to bed, because believe it or not, my son he started school like a week ago, so he's got to get to bed early. But he gets 2 months off for the winter, so that's pretty good, and 2 weeks off for spring break, so not a bad trade-off. Yeah, it's nice. But we think we'll go to Florida for the winter. So anyway, but I will say that I think the fishery is really going to show out. People are going to be just blown away. You're going to catch tons of fish. And the last little thing I was going to mention is the guy on our preview show. If you listen to the tourism guy that was on, he's not like a big fisherman. So you're going to understand why I say that here in a second. He said he caught out of a different river that's in bounds there, is his biggest smallmouth ever. And he said it was 23 inches. So is it on a bump board? Is his mouth closed? I don't know. Is it just on the ground, like by measuring tape? You're like, 23, so I don't know. But all I'm saying is he said it was 23. And so you never know, bring the shirts, Quest for 23, bring them.
Yeah. There'll be, we will have some Bronzequest shirts. And I don't know what I'll do. I want to do some kind of, maybe I'll do a Instagram reel or something later of like, I want to bring some. So we have some hats that we're launching on Bronze Friday. We haven't released them to the public, so it's a new patch that we have, and I want to bring them I want to give them away to people that are there, that are actually there. Yeah, I don't like that largemouth.
Yeah, largemouth. So sorry about that.
It's not. But I want to give away some stuff for people that will actually be there. So if you signed up and you're going to get maybe I'll just drop 5 of them in random bags for people that signed up for the tournament.
We got the gift bags. Yeah, and so
I might
I'll
do
see
that.
you guys
drop
later.
A shirt and hat. So
I'll see the private chat. Josh, if you want to pull up the map again, if you guys want to get more detailed about that stuff, you feel free to do it. I put the map link in there, the private chat here. So thanks to all you guys for tuning in the comments, and you're going to learn a lot from these two. So, we'll see you.
Thanks for coming, Drew.
See you at Bronzequest.
Yep. See you in a week.
Yep. I'll be leaving next Monday.
Yeah. So you're going to be there on Tuesday or Wednesday?
I should get there on Tuesday. I probably won't get there Monday night. I'll probably just get there like Tuesday sometime. And then,
yeah.
Figure out what's going on.
I think I'm going to try to leave Saturday night and get up there and fish a little bit on Sunday, just because my work, like, Monday might be kind of tough, so I might take off Monday, work a little bit, and then fish like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
If people don't know, you can fish. You can practice 4 days before the tournament. So I kind of like that. It's you can't just go up there for 2 weeks or something like that,
Yeah, 4 days, and then like Drew was saying, Friday or Thursday, I think it's 5 o'clock is when the cutoff is, so you can only fish until 5. But I mean, honestly, the cool thing about, and I didn't really butt in while he was talking about it, but the coolest thing about this format, in my opinion, is the Friday night thing. And it's only 5 fish total. So it's not 5 on Friday, 5 on Saturday. It's 5 fish total. So you can kind of take some chances. And that's one of the things I kind of like about this tournament is, if you just completely whiff on Friday, like you still have a whole day to catch 5. So and it doesn't hurt you that much. So I kind of like, I'm not going to give away my like total strategy live on the podcast because I feel like John and I need to talk about that a little more privately. But I'll just say this: like, I take a swing on Friday. That's what I've kind of learned. It's like, who cares if you if you don't do well?
I got an idea. It might be a crazy idea, but it's like you can just try something. And if it fails, it fails. But the cool part about going to these events, they're all in really cool areas where wherever you go is going to be a cool place. And if you even come up and don't even pre-fish, you can use Friday as like a pre-fishing day. Like, I'm going to try this, and then Saturday try that because it's your total 5 for both days. So it's, I like that. And we'll probably talk about it later, but like, I am like I love going to new places, but I hate pre-fishing because I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to fish for real. When I fish for like pre-fishing for a tournament, it feels weird. I'm like, I don't want to catch a giant and not win the tournament.
I don't know, dude. Honestly, this year I haven't fished a lot. I feel like the practice is this is just like a trip, like a week-long fishing trip for me. I don't care if I'm fishing the tournament, practice. Like, I just want to get, like, I get to spend a week on the Menominee River. Like, heck yeah, dude. Like,
I like, my goal is like, I want to hop around. I want to do a couple spillways and just like fish off the bank. I want to try to catch some pike, maybe a muskie, just during the few days of fishing for fun. That I want to enjoy that time as you're trying to like kind of figure a place out too. But that's really fun. I like doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I do feel like that generally the way pre-fishing is, I like to go like, I like spot hop. So I'll go like put in somewhere, drive over a bunch of bridges and just look. And if you're like, ooh, that looks good, let's go, put in, to go up, fish a spot, come back, load back up. I usually will leave my motor on my kayak, just like, just so I can get from spot to spot and just kind of do that like whole, I'm not fishing like a real long, like stretch all day the same, because the other part of it is you kind of beat stuff up if you do that, if you fish like an entire stretch of something. Or if I find a spot that looks really good and I catch one out of it, I'll kind of like back off of it, not try to, but as if you're fishing on Monday, it's like, it doesn't really matter that much, but yeah, dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. The like, what do you think, like, strategy wise, are you going to really focus at least part of your time on some like real small flows? Is that part of
I have to go look at them. I have to drive to some ramps or bridges and just see what it looks like. If I don't get eyes on something, it's like I'll never know. I have to at least look. And then sometimes you see something and you're just like, that looks right. That looks like it's the right thing. But then when I'm somewhere totally new, I don't even know. Like I don't know what, like, do they live in these kind of areas? Are they there? So it's all new also at the same time. I'm trying to make judgments. But like, really, you got to get on the water to see. And then sometimes you'll go to little ramps. I like going to little places that look like, it's probably not even deep. But just upstream or just downstream, there's like this deep hole that you wouldn't even know. And that's what I did in Virginia. I went up this creek and I caught 3 over 19 in like a mile stretch of a creek off the new river, where it was fishing terrible. I go up there, catch 3 over 19. I got 4th in that tournament, but that was because I could drag my kayak up into places, and I wasn't like, and I had one of them. I had to drag like this long stretch, but because the water was flowing so good, I was like, I know there's deep water up there.
Yeah, you knew there's some volume up there.
Yeah,
if you're seeing that. Yeah, I would love to. I'll probably let you stick to like the real small stuff, unless you find like something you're just like, okay, hey, this is it's just loaded.
Yeah,
which I do think there's probably some absolutely loaded creeks in this inbounds. There has to be.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But there are some like kind of mid-sized flows that I haven't fished that I think that's probably a good idea to go spend some time on, So there's a lot of access. That's the other thing at this place. Just there's ramps everywhere, man. There's ramps everywhere you look. So there's going to be no, like, I think the longest stretch I could find where there wasn't a ramp was like 5 miles, which is like, not very far.
Yeah.
Some of those places you go, there's like 10, 12, 13 miles in between ramps. So it'll make it a lot easier to fish certain areas so you don't get like locked into a stretch.
I kept looking
yeah,
on.
I mean,
I kept looking on when I was looking on like Google and stuff, and like you can look at a ramp and like sometimes there'll be like notes, and it's always like caught trout here, or something like that. Like nobody's giving a bass report, but you're like, is there bass there? There could be. Maybe it's too cold. Like you're like, that's the kind of stuff where I'm not sure how it like works out. Because around here, it's totally different. Like there'll be places where it's too cold for bass to even be, but
yeah,
I don't know how it is up there.
well, that's I don't know who this is. One More Cast, please, said the problem with creeks is going to be lots of falls to portage, which he's right. I think the idea that you're going to hop on a creek and float 5 or 6 miles is going to be kind of tough. I think that what you'll have to do on those is like find a place you can put in fish, upstream until you get to like a spot where it's like, oh, this isn't, you can't go any further, and then you turn back around and go somewhere else. Which is, I mean, that's one of the things about Drew's tournament is like it's unique in that aspect, right? It's encouraged to do more of that, kind of get to rough places and places where you may not be traditionally launching from. So yeah, I have zero doubt it's going to fish well. I'll give my prediction. What I think is going to win it at the end. So, because I'm curious to see. I mean, I cracked 100 inches last year at this event at a different river. Obviously, I didn't predict 100 inches up in Upper Mississippi, and I feel like that was like very possible. Obviously, there because it was done, but I was the only guy to do it. So it was kind of one of those like when it rains, it pours. I was like catching big fish, and it was like, okay, this is stupid. I can't believe I'm catching these fish. Like it was just 2020. So I don't think that will be the case here, but it's possible. So it's possible. Part of it's time of year, it's summertime, so bigger fish are a little bit harder to target right now. But so John, if you could give us your like your starting lineup, your 5 lures you're gonna have tied on just to start the practice. Like what's your starting lineup?
All right, I've already been working on my rod and reel setups for this. Some of it's similar to what I threw on Dale Hollow, but I like starting out with a 5-inch dangerous swim bait.
Okay.
I don't know. I like the dangerous one. There's other ones. The swag, 5-inch swag is good too, but I'm just gonna go with the dangerous because I'm just got confidence in it, and it can just do a lot. It can catch everything. Sorry to cough. Spinnerbait. I can't go anywhere without a spinnerbait. I don't care where it is. I feel like I always end up catching them on a spinnerbait. Those 2 are locked in. Let's see here. A Helgramite. I'm gonna have a Helgramite on a spinning rod. Maybe a big one, maybe a little one. But it's just a different presentation. If sometimes you have a fish where it eats one, or there'll be fish eating one lure in one hole, and then you throw a different lure in there, it's a different fish to eat, which that's happened several times. But I can do a lot of different things. I can fish it differently. So that's my 3 that I like. I always pretty much have. I'm river fishing, like that kind of setup. I just bought a new rod for topwater, so I may throw a buzzbait. Topwater, I'm not a confidence in topwater because I feel like I always lose the fish. And I'm like, if I'd have thrown something else, would I have hooked that fish and not lost them? But I'm getting more confidence in a buzzbait.
Okay.
If it's like fast water or you just need to move kind of that. What's my last? I don't know. Maybe like a lot of times it's like a 6-inch swim bait. Oh, no. A mag fluke. That's like a 6, like
all right.
mag fluke. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good starting lineup. I'll off air. I'll give you a couple things.
Yeah.
I've been pouring you baits too, by the way.
Yeah.
So one of those.
To see these.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm gonna give a little preview. So this is the next lure we're gonna launch at Achigan. For those that know, we have the munchie, right? So this is the full size munchie. It's 6-inch. bait. This is its little brother here. So this is the 4.75. I've been prototyping these. These are 3D printed molds I've been using to make these, and these I have about 70 of those for us, John. So I'll give you. We'll have plenty. They have mesh in the nose, just like the original Munchie, but they're basically the same size as a Super Fluke with a huge tail.
Yeah.
So that'll be number one. I'll be throwing a mini Munchie / Fluke basically set up. The second one I would say for me is like definitely top water. I will throw, and it will be a buzz bait. I have this little buzz bait I throw. I've talked about on the show, so I'm not gonna go into like great details, but it's a compact buzz bait, and I just bought 6 more of them on Tackle Warehouse because I'm like, I don't want to. Those things, I catch so many fish on them, I break them. They bend. Get big fish on them, they bend. I think really like this tournament could be decided on top water. So that's my prediction on it, because this is the way the like sort of north acts. This is kind of like earlier summer for them. This is like peak top water season.
Yeah.
Because they warm up obviously a lot slower than we do. And I think you'll see top water will play, especially in the mornings. So I have those two. I'll be throwing a wake bait, decent amount. I have a couple different wake baits. I do think I will throw kind of the same thing. I've been pouring these. It's basically the same. It's a 5-inch swim bait. So it's silicone. I have some of these for you, John, but these will you just put them on a swim bait hook.
Does that sink? What weight of a head do you use on that? Like,
I use a swim bait hook with like the belly weight in it, and I usually put like, I don't know, it's like a 1/4 ounce maybe on it, and they do pretty well. But this is the 5-inch. I have 6-inch ones, but this is the 5-inch, and it does pretty well. Yeah, and they last, like you can throw all day and catch fish on it because they're silicone. Yeah. So I got swim bait, fluke, top water. I'll probably for sure have like a little Ned rig set up on. I always have that, and then the wake bait. So that's my starting 5. So we'll see. I'll probably have the fluke locked in my hands the whole time though. That's just like what I like.
I know you got so much confidence in that. You just know it works. It's like, man, I just know I'm getting.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Honestly, one of the coolest things about fluke fishing is like it's just the visual strikes on it. Like I just like I like watching it sink, and then it just all of a sudden your lure just disappears. The white just like goes away. Like that's like one of the most fun things for me in fishing is just like catching them on the fall. So, and I think that we'll be doing that. There should be some grass in that river too. So I think that'll play. Another thing, I feel like there's like little smaller chatterbaits, which they got all kinds of them now. There's like the Mini Max and the Baby Jack, and I don't even know all the different ones. I think that could possibly play too. But yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see. Like the evening bite could be crazy. Like I will say this: there will be bugs there. Bring however you pack. Bring some really good, insect repellent. Bring a buff. I was there one year and the flies were so thick. Like if you didn't have a buff, you'd just be eating them all day. It was.
I ordered 2 nets, head nets.
Just missed the tournament with the head net on the whole time.
There's a couple places where I'll go up these creek channels and like you go and it's just like you just can't do nothing. Like you get these certain areas, and I just learned from previous plays. And I saw you talking about that, and I saw something else about that, and I was like, oh man, bugs drive me crazy. I hate them.
Yeah.
So I gotta be able to focus. You're doing this all the time. You can't fish.
Dude, there's a story that year where I was showing those pictures from. There are these like little black flies. I don't know what they were. they're tiny little black flies. But they were ever. I mean, you would have your sunglasses on, and they would like get in between your lens and your eyeball. Like it would just like nonstop. Well, we get done fishing, and Chris's brother Jeremiah, we get done, and we're like loading up, and he like was going to get his keys or whatever, and reaching in his pocket, and I don't know what happened, but there was like 500 of them burrowed in his pocket. He had like this fistful of black flies, and they'd all like flown into his pocket somehow. It was disgusting, dude. Yeah, I saw max DEET 99.9% reapplied every half hour is the only way. Yeah, that's what I say. Bring some bug repellent because you're gonna need it. And I think it gets markedly worse at night. Like obviously during the day there's some, but like if you're at night, it's like a switch flips where it's like there's just like bugs like crazy. You kind of can't go outside. Like I tried to rig my kayak in Minnesota last year. It was like getting dark, and I was like, "Oh, I'll run out there and rig up some stuff." Was not happening, dude. I was out there for 2 minutes, and I was like, "Dude, there's no way. I can't even be out here, dude."
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's it's cool up there though. It's the North Woods. It really does feel like very North Woodsy. You know, a lot of evergreen trees and stuff. It's just a neat area in general. I know since you said you have not been up there, John.
No, I went to the Wisconsin one. Was it 2 years ago? But it was like, it wasn't anything like that.
That's a lower Wisconsin. Yeah, there's a lot of sand in that river.
Yeah, it was the weirdest river I ever fished. Like I was like, what is going on? I didn't.
Yeah, this one's really rocky. Like Menominee's like rocky. Like there's rocks everywhere. Yeah, it honestly looks better than the Upper Mississippi from just like a pure like scenic, and like it reminds me more of the Susquehanna from a substrate standpoint. It's just a lot of rock, and then but the water's tannic.
Is it like flat all the way, like same depth all the way across, or is there more channels, like deep channels?
More channels and stuff. Yeah, it's more like a traditional river in that like has a lot of twists and turns, and there'll be like cut banks, and there'll be flat stages, there's riffles and pools. It fishes smaller, definitely smaller than Susquehanna, but it doesn't feel like a big river ever. But there's a lot of mid-river stuff too. You can go out in the middle of the river, and there'll be boulder fields and all kinds of. I mean, it's very like conducive to like that like intuitive fishing style where you're just like floating down. Ooh, that looks good, and there's probably some.
That's where I was thinking about it. I was like, if Josh just points me in the right direction, I should be able to catch the fish. I feel like if I'm in the right area, that's my skill set. I feel like I just like knowing what to target. I feel like that's where I'm decent at, and just kind of figuring the fish out as I'm out there. But
you won't have any problem catching fish, John. You'll be having a ball out there. I mean, it's summertime, so I think during the middle of the day it might get slow, that sort of thing. You'll have to like work for them a little bit harder, but like I think even the slow days you'll catch a lot of fish. You just may not be able to find the bigger ones like you want, but there's so many fish in that river, dude. It's crazy. And then, like I said, there's all those lakes in play. I mean, honestly, it's probably, if I wanted to fish lakes, that's probably like a better strategy, just because there's many lakes you'll probably just like have complete like the thing to yourself. Like you're not, you won't have to worry about launching with other people and crap. So
crappie fishermen, a couple walleye guys.
Yeah. So I think all those lakes, and then there's smaller rivers. Then you have Green Bay. Like I guarantee there'll be guys that'll go out on the big lake and try to scope them, try to get some. So
I want to be able to cast from bank to bank. That's kind of the places I want to be at. I like to be able to fish all the water. Like, well, hit that side.
Yeah, it's the Menominee's definitely bigger than that, but there's plenty of small flows for sure too. But so John, why don't you give us your prediction? What are you What are you gonna say wins that? Five fish total. What do you think is gonna win it?
I have no idea. My goal is to have my best day ever, and I need 94 inches, over 94 inches, just to have beat my own record of like my best. I think 93 and a half or something one time. So I need at least 94, and I'm looking for a 5-pounder. I've never caught a 5-pound smallie or a 21-incher. So
there's both of those in there.
I'm kind of looking for that. Like I've been to the Susky like 4 times, and I don't think I've ever caught a 20-incher out of there. It's just like,
yeah, there's
like 19s and 19 and a halves and stuff. But I'm like,
yeah,
right.
Susky can be stingy with 19 or 20s for sure. I don't know. You know, it's going to be hard to say. There will for sure be 20s caught. I don't know how many of them here. 20s are just hard. I don't care where you go. I don't even care if you're on like a Great Lakes or something. Like 20s are hard to come by because they're old fish, you know? So it takes a long time for those fish to get that old, and some of them never reach that size. Yeah. They die off before they get that big. So I think that's a prize fish anywhere. But I would guarantee you at some point you'll probably have a 20 on, whether you land it or not. You know, that's between pre-fishing and tournament. Yeah. You'll have a 20 on. Yeah. So I think my prediction for what's going to win the whole tournament, I think it's going to take, I'm going to say 97 3/4. That's what I'm going to say. 97.75. I think it's going to win it. So it's a 2-day total, 5 fish. That would require you to catch probably, a 20 and then, a couple other, 19s. I think that, that would be more than that. So like 3 19s, because 5 19s would be 95. So 97 to be at least 2 20s. So yeah, like a 19-inch average plus 2 20s, 20 and a half. So I think that's a pretty good bag if you get that. So 97 3/4 is what I'm calling.
Unless there's some largemouth somewhere in the lakes,
Yeah, well, I'm not accounting that. That's gay. So we're not even gonna mess with that. Some of the things. So Jared asked about glide baits. I'm sure, Jared, I know you're a big glide bait guy, so I'm sure glide baits will catch them there. Specifically, probably some smaller glides I think might do well that time of year because it's slow and clear. And then somebody else said something else. Jason said, what's your guys' personal best smallie length and weight? John, what do you got for PB smallie?
20 and a half, 4.6 pounds.
Oh, that's pretty big.
I've caught 2 right the same size.
Do you always carry scale with you?
Sometimes I always have the board, and but I went and bought a new scale there just recently. So I was like, I got like the small bubble one. I was like, I need to get a nice one just to have. So I'm gonna have it.
Dude, I always freaking whiff on having my scale when I really want it. I did have it for personal best. I had like just got a new scale, and it was I caught it in February, so it was like really cold. And I most people listen to the podcast already know, but it's 22 1/4. It's 5.66. So it's in a river. So yeah, in February on a little net rig. So
in the tournament at Del Hollow, somebody caught a 22 1/4 smallmouth.
Did they really?
Yeah, I saw the picture of it. Like I was like, what? Yeah, that's crazy.
So they caught that. They caught it during this last tournament.
Yeah, during the tournament this weekend.
Dang, I need to go take a look at that because that's a you don't see those 22 pluses very often.
What? Yeah, that's crazy. I caught a 19 1/4. That was my biggest. It was a little skinny one. Yeah.
Oh, you caught 19 1/4 during the tournament?
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Yeah. I saw you were doing pretty well after day 1. I was like watching the leaderboard a little bit. So
Yeah, I couldn't get. I don't know. They weren't where I found on day 2, and then but I did catch a bigger smallie. So I ended up catching several good smallmouth, and I got a 20.5-inch largemouth. That was my biggest big one. It was kind of random.
Like that. Yeah. What'd you catch that largemouth on?
A spinnerbait. And it was out. It was like busted. I think it was busted on bait. There was like bait balls everywhere, and all the fish. This is the most aggravating. I hate when I can't target fish. They were like roaming these flats, and I'm just like making fan casts. That's how I caught most of my fish, just fan casting across these creek channels. Because everything I would hit, a tree or a stump or this and that, never got a bite off anything like that.
Oh, so they're just like kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
That's the most annoying one to fish to me. I'm like, oh, this is aggravating. I like to look for stuff to cast that.
Yeah, chasing bait. Yeah, it'll. I think with the water as low as it is, you'll probably be able to do some sight fishing up there on the Menominee. Yeah, especially if they push up into those shallower areas like early or late in the day, you'll probably be able to do a little bit of that. Yeah, man. I'm kind of like all the spinnerbait talks got me amped up. I kind of stopped throwing spinnerbaits, man. Like I started throwing chatterbaits more, and it kind of replaced it for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I have fish or chatterbait, but spinnerbait's just a big fish bait, like period. Like big fish eat spinnerbaits, like they do.
To me, it's like I'm halfway, partly just contrarian because everybody's like throws chatterbaits. I'm like, I know they're not exactly the same, but they kind of do a lot of the same things. And I can just throw a spinnerbait anywhere I want to throw it, and it's like. And you can't fish it wrong, like especially on a kayak. You may need to make an adjustment. Like you can still have your spinnerbait moving. I catch so many fish while I'm just like doing something else, and then boom, you catch them. And you can throw it in current, fast water, slow water as you're just coming across something. And I think I catch a lot of fish just because I can throw it so many places and not worry about it.
It's very versatile. You can bounce it off wood and rock and like. I think spinnerbaits are really it's funny. Somebody that was listening to this 25 years ago probably laugh saying spinnerbaits are underrated, but they are underrated now. They just are, especially the kind of fishing we like to do. It's a very solid lure for sure.
That's one that I'll go through and break. I'll break them. I'll catch so many fish and use them.
Yeah,
and I hate when people are like, "I've never broke a spinnerbait." I'm like, "You're not fishing it enough."
Oh yeah,
I broke like 3 in that one trip because they just
mangle it. Yeah, and then you bend it back, and then it does it again. It does again. The worst is when you like lose a fish because your wire breaks, which I've had that many a times. Yeah. That sucks, dude.
I'll do it in practice, but in the tournament, I'm like, okay, that's probably enough on that. I'm retiring that. Let's change it up. But I'll bring like 4 extra spinnerbaits, like at least when I go out, because you can go through them. It can happen easy.
I got a pretty cool. We're working on a project with Evolution Fishing. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do like boxes and stuff.
Yeah. I think I got an email from them recently.
Yeah, they gave me a bunch of their like boxes. They have a really good spinnerbait box. Like has a little. They're like it's like a box, but it has binders with like these square bags in them, and you can put like 2 or 3 spinnerbaits per bag. It's a really sweet little organization system for spinnerbaits. So I'll probably have like 80 spinnerbaits with me in that box. So I have plenty of them. I won't run out.
Where did you keep your buzzbaits in? Do you have a thing for that?
That same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So I put them in those like those bags are big enough I can fit. Now I don't fish like big, like huge buzzbaits.
Yeah.
But like those smaller ones, I think I have. I have like a wall over here on my, in my like whole office thing that it's like all my retired baits. It's like baits is broken off. I just like hang them on the wall. It's like the graveyard for all my all my retired baits, broken lips and crankbaits and stuff like that. But I like keeping them in that. I switched over to the Evolution stuff because I really like it. So they gave me some stuff, so I was like, oh, I'll try this stuff out, and it's solid. So the boxes close way better than the Plano stuff. It's like the Edge boxes that I have. I've used those and they've been great. But but they warp over time from the sun and stuff, and they don't close quite as well. So, but yeah, well, cool. I don't really have much else. Do you have anything? Any parting words of wisdom?
Speaking of like this tournament and stuff like that, it's like these are made for guys that have been fishing forever and guys this is their first tournament. And if this is your first tournament, this is the one to come to. You won't feel embarrassed. Everybody's there to help you out. Everybody wants to help you. We want you to come out there and fish. And like, oh, what measuring board do I use? How do I use this identifier? All that stuff is easy to figure out and do. Where you do the same thing. I go to some of these bigger tournaments, and it's like, I don't know, you're just like an outcast. I don't know. This is not the same. It's like you're just there. All the top people are there to win, and nobody's talking to you. Nobody's doing nothing. Where this one, I love the meetups. Dude, that's one of the main things I go. I try to enjoy the whole time. There's meetups. There's the Thursday night, the Friday morning. You get a lot more relaxed, and then you get to go fish these awesome places. So yeah, I love the Kayak Adventure Series. Drew and Jake do a good job. Oh, the show at the end, like the very end, is like it's a real show. They've been. Did you see the last one? I think they do like it's a thing they add is like when somebody loses a fish. That's like my favorite thing to watch. They like show a little.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's like torture though. Watching you lose a big fish.
Somebody has to submit it though. Like I got to submit that. I like that kind of stuff. Little things.
Drew does it really well, man. I mean, I've had more fun at these. I mean, I have fun at the Bassmasters and stuff too, especially like the houses we've stayed in.
Yeah.
That's where you and I first met.
You got to get a group of people almost. Like you have to find a group of people to do it. This one, it's like it's there. It happens.
Everybody's kind of together. Yeah, man. I think it'll be a great time. The turnaround from Thursday to Friday is a great idea because it doesn't like most of the time you can't hang out because you have to get up at 5 in the morning or whatever. The Friday night thing, not only do you get to fish dusk, but you get to sleep in on Friday morning, which is nice. So you can stay up Thursday night and hang out and do whatever. So it definitely lends itself more to that hangout kind of atmosphere. But now I will say this, the turnaround from Friday night to Saturday morning sucks.
It can be really rough.
Yeah. It's when you're
like Friday.
Yeah. Really yeah. The last year at the Bronzequest, I like the place that I was staying in where I was fishing was like an hour and a half away, and it took forever to get loaded up and stuff. So I ended up getting back like at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then you had to turn right back around and basically go back out, which it's for the love of the game, bud. I'll get up early to fish. Like I don't care, but it is. I remember like being like, dude, I'm gonna get like 4 hours of sleep. This is gonna suck. So you sleep in on Friday because you won't get the chance to sleep in on Saturday. But yeah, I think everybody that if you're on the fence, you should definitely go. You'll see John and I both there. We'll be hanging out at the events. You probably see us on the water, doing some pre-fishing and stuff. Yeah, I can guarantee you this: if you go out and you practice for at least a couple days, fish the tournament, your hands will be wrecked by the time you get done because you will have gotten, spined a bunch of times by this crazy smallmouth. You'll be your thumbs will be all rashed up. Like it'll definitely be worth it. So, but yeah, man, looking forward to hanging out. Looking forward to fishing with you. And I think I'm
already working on my acceptance speech whenever we win up there.
All right. Yeah, I think I got third place with Jeff Little at the Wisconsin one. Like, I would like to do well in the team one. That's like a really big goal of mine this time. So I'd like to, like, you and I we'll hook up before the tournament. Probably if I get up there and fish for a day or two before you, I'll give you a call. We can kind of chit chat and tell you what's going on and game plan a little bit. But dude, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Catch a lot of fish and yeah, man. Can't wait.
Well,
so
I'll see you in a week then.
All right, dude. Give me a free the fighter, John.
Free the fighter.
All right. Later.